大家好，我是执杯大叔林一峰。今天是 Deanston 的场子，我们特别来采访他们的首席调酒师 Julian。Julian 特别为台湾设计了许多的威士忌，特别是他这个系列 Transformation 蜕变系列，今天是他的第5版，也就是他的最终章。我们来问一下，他是怎么样来设计这个蜕变系列，以及我准备了3杯冷泡茶，一杯是乌龙茶，一杯是洛神花茶，另外一杯是菊花普洱茶。我们来看 Julian 是怎么样用西方的味蕾来描述我们生活上所习惯的东方的茶类哦。Let's go. Welcome to Taiwan, Julian.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
I know you are the master blender of the Deanston and Tobermory and the Bunnahabhain.
Yes, that's correct. I am, yes.
But today you come to Taiwan is for the Deanston Transformation Series number 5. Right?
Yes, so I'm here to launch the Weaver, which is number 5 in our Deanston Transformation series.
This is the last chapter for the transformation.
It is, yep. It's the 5th and final one for the expression. So yeah, it's really exciting though, but we're ending on a high, definitely.
So later we will talk about your idea, your concept. Yep. But right now, I know you design a lot of Deanston whiskey, especially only for Taiwan edition.
That's right.
So I prepared 3 kinds of tea. One is oolong tea.
Okay.
One is a roselle tea. Roselle is kind of flower, dry flower, and boil it become the tea.
Okay.
And pu'er tea with a little bit desi. I want to know what you think about the Taiwanese way, Taiwanese flavor.
Okay, sounds good.
We try first one. This is a very normal drink in our life. So everybody try this and used to drink it.
And
so,
you drink it cold?
Yeah, drink cold, yes.
No, it's really nice. It's very light and fresh, herbal. A lot of herbal notes coming through in it.
Do you think that dry?
Yes, definitely dry. Dry, yeah, maybe even like a tiny little bit of tobacco just at the back.
Yeah, tobacco flavor.
Yes.
If I want to describe this kind of oolong tea, use the tropical fruit flavor, what kind of fruit you will describe it?
Oh, tropical. I would say, you know, actually I get something like kiwi.
Ah, kiwi.
Because it's green, but it's got this dry, like lighter, sweeter, fresher fruits.
Wonderful describe. Because our oolong tea, half is green, half is red in the middle. So you can try some dry fruit flavor. The same, you can try some fresh fruit flavor.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's lovely.
Yeah. We can try the second one. This is a little bit red.
I love the color of it, yeah. Oh, wow.
Sour.
It's got so much flavor.
Yes.
Yeah, more than I was expecting. I love that sourness that you first get. It's really nice. It's actually very refreshing. Definitely more like red fruits in here, red berries.
Sometimes we can find this kind of flavor in sherry cask, wine cask, or bourbon cask.
Yeah, yeah, I can see why, because it's sweet, but it's also quite dry as well.
Yeah.
So all this colour's natural then from the flavour.
Totally natural.
Wow, that's amazing. We don't have those flavours in Scotland.
Last one is we call the pu'er tea.
Okay. Oh, wow.
A lot of wood flavor.
Yes. Again, there's sort of green herbal notes in there as well. Oh, it's really different.
Yeah. Sometimes I will find this kind of flavor in very old age whiskey.
Yes, yes, I know what you mean. That woody, oaky. Yeah.
Thank you sharing your opinion to me. I know the master blender how to taste the Taiwanese flavor.
Thank you for sharing them with me. They're beautiful. So Deanston transformation number 5 is called the Weaver, and that refers to our old cotton shed. So Deanston used to be, Deanston Distillery before it was a distillery was a cotton mill, and the weaving shed where they weave the cotton is now where we mature our beautiful casks of Deanston. But everything we've done throughout this range has been to celebrate our heritage and the community of the distillery, and the Weaver's definitely part of that. So what I've done with the Weaver is I've taken Deanston and filled it into what we call Scotch barrels. So Scotch barrels are a virgin oak cask that has held whiskey once. So American oak, freshly made casks, they held Deanston for a Deanston virgin oak edition that we do.
I want to make sure one thing.
Yes.
Scottish barrel, not a Scottish oak, right?
Not Scottish oak, you're right. It's American oak. Yeah. So we call it a Scotch barrel. It's just the naming convention of it. So it was a virgin American oak barrel. It held Deanston for a few months. Then when it was emptied, after it's been filled once as a virgin oak, it becomes a Scotch barrel. So it gives you flavours kind of similar to a bourbon barrel. So after that, we then transferred the Deanston into 2 different cask types. So some of it went into Madeira casks and some into Palo Cortado.
Palo Cortado and Madeira, you will finish into this one, and what kind of flavor it give it to the transformation series number 5?
So the Palo Cortado gives you quite a bit of spice, which is nice. So you've got spice like cinnamon and cloves, you know, like spicy flavours. You get some nuttiness in there as well. Nice bit of spice, and maybe even a little bit of dark chocolate and coffee coming through with that one. The Madeira, on the other hand, is a bit lighter, so you get more tropical fruit. So you get like tropical fresh fruit. Yes, fresh fruit. Like
I love that kind of fruit.
Apricot, peaches, things like that. So really nice kind of tropical stone fruits that come through from the Madeira cask. A little bit of lemon as well. For me, this is a beautiful balance of the darker, heavier notes from the Palo Cortado with the light, fresh notes of the Madeira, and they come together to give this beautiful sweetness, which I think really goes well and is suited to the Taiwanese palate.
So this one must be very sweet and complex.
Yes, there's definitely a lot going on, but what's nice about it is the flavours from each of these different casks, they weave together in harmony, and they create a liquid that is beautifully complex. It's sweet but very approachable and easy to drink.
I heard you describe it. I look forward to drinking it.
You have to try it, exactly.
Can we try it right now?
Please do, please do. So yeah, what I love about this, the colour is all natural. So the colour you're seeing is coming from the cask. So this beautiful
colour is amber, right?
Yes, that's right. A nice deep amber colour. So that sweetness coming through in the nose, like I spoke about. So you get honey, you get butterscotch.
I smell a lot of woody flavour.
A lot of wood, you get the oak. For me, I get more of the oak on the palate, but yeah, absolutely does come through on the nose as well.
When I smell this one, I find the flavor a little bit like this, a little bit like this.
Yes, definitely, because you have the wood, the oakiness that comes from this one, but then the beautiful lightness that you get from this one, the light freshness.
A little bit green and grassy.
Absolutely.
And drink it totally different. The mouth more sweeter.
Definitely very sweeter on the palate, yeah.
I can feel you say the honey and
butterscotch, that's right.
Butterscotch, yeah.
I get a little bit of citrus on the palate as well, like candied lemon zest.
Mouth water come out.
Yes.
首席调酒师Julian先使用了苏格兰桶，就是用全新的橡木桶，曾经放过苏格兰威士忌的苏格兰桶，先熟成了之后，接下来再换桶熟成到2种不同的橡木桶，一个就是马德拉桶，另外一个就是 Palo Cortado， 就是最好的西班牙雪莉桶，熟成了之后融合出来的这支最终章。Julian 在设计这支酒的时候，他特别描述，他用 Palo Cortado 给予了更多的坚果的味道、巧克力的风味，还有一些干燥水果的气味，然后再用 Madeira 给予的你难以想象一种热带水果的风味，融合起来之后，再加上原来丁斯顿的蜂蜜的香甜，以及 Butterscotch 的风味，那种甜中带着复杂的风味，实在是非常的迷人。 what kind of concept that you want to create this transformation series? This is only for Taiwan?
Yes, that's right.
Okay. What kind of idea and concept you decided to design this?
Let's talk about the full story of all of our additions in the Transformation series.
Wonderful.
Let's go.
Okay.
Transformation is all about celebrating the heritage and the community of Deanston Distillery. So we started with edition 1, which is called the Pioneer, and that celebrates our founder, Brodie Hepburn, who is the gentleman that transformed Deanston from a cotton mill into a distillery.
Yeah. So second one, I buy a few second one. I love this kind of flavor. Why you decide this second one?
After the Pioneer, that was obviously our launch one. And as you mentioned, this is a Taiwan exclusive. So after doing Pioneer and hearing feedback and taking on board the Taiwanese palate, I decided that Oloroso casks would work really, really well. That nice sweetness, the dried fruits and stuff that come through, I thought that would work really well and do well in the Taiwanese market.
Behind the beautiful story, how do you decide what kind of cask to match with this kind of story?
It just comes from experience and from spending time in Taiwan and getting to know the people, the culture, and knowing what they like. For example, tasting your teas, they're very, very different to the tea that we would drink in Scotland. So drinking things like that and tasting street foods and things, it gives you a better idea of your palate and what kind of flavours you appreciate over here, and that's what basically gave me the inspiration behind each of these, because we've used quite unique cask types for each of these different expressions.
Well, that's a good idea. Connect culture with culture.
Absolutely. And then we go on to our next one was the teeth. So the river teeth is our water source at the distillery.
Oh, talk about the water source.
Yes. Okay. So the river teeth, it flows right outside our door at the distillery. It's a very, very fast flowing river, which is great for two reasons. One, it powers our distillery. So we're a hydro powered distillery, which makes us very sustainable, very green. But because the water flows so fast and it flows over granite, which is a sort of dark rock, it makes the water very, very soft, and that's perfect for making whiskey. So it's this beautiful, fresh, clean water that we pipe straight into the distillery, and we use it to make our wonderful whiskey.
I still remember in front of distillery, the river.
You hear it, the sound of the river teeth, because it flows so fast.
Yeah, I saw a bird called a heron.
Yes, that's right, a heron, that's right. Because there's lots of fish in the river, so the herons come down
they
to get the fish.
They say heron come here every day.
Yes, yes. So
become an emperor, one of emperor.
Yep. And the river teeth, even when the distillery was a cotton mill, the river teeth is what powered the water wheels there to generate electricity for the cotton mill. So the river teeth plays a massive part in what we do at Deanston, and that's why it's really special to us.
Yeah.
And then the next one is community. So Deanston, as I've already said, used to be a cotton mill. When the cotton mill was really thriving, we employed over 1,500 people. Yeah. So that cotton mill really was the heart of the community. It had grocery stores in the local village. They were paid in their own currency called the Deanstonian. That's what you see in the top of our bottles. And so they had their own currency to buy their groceries in the community. Everybody lived round about the cotton mill. So the community is at the heart of what we do. And even today, it's all about that community spirit within our distillery. So we're still a very manual distillery, and the team that make the whiskey are the heart and soul of our community, of our distillery, and that's why we recognise that with the community expression.
I know Deanston buys some barley from the community, right?
That's right. So
and share the electric power to.
That's right.
Until right now?
Yes, still up until right now, yep. So we generate enough electricity to power our distillery, the cafe that we have on site, and our visitor centre, and then we sell back to the grid as well.
Distillery with the community that's linked together.
Absolutely.
So that's
absolutely.
Good. That's good.
And that's why you'll see on the front of our bottles there's always like 6 different signatures, and that's because it's not a one-person effort to make these expressions. It's a team of us. So it's the people who work in the mash tun or in the still house. We're a community together to create these expressions, and we celebrate that by having all the signatures on the front of the bottle.
I think you create these transformations series, not just a story.
It's
very, very important for the distillery, I think.
It is. It's really important to the distillery, and it's been so lovely to be able to celebrate what made Deanston what it is today. So everything from our founder to the river to the weaving shed, and this collection really celebrates all of that.
Transformation series is a special limited edition.
That's right.
But I know you special design the Deanston 12th year and heritage.
That's right.
Still the special edition for the Taiwan.
Yes.
But that kind of core range with this kind of special edition, what kind of flavor profile you think, if I want to describe that, they have the same flavor profile?
With Deanston, the DNA of what we do is present right through every one of these expressions. As you mentioned, that locally sourced barley, that water from the river teeth that we've used to make each of these, whether they're a limited edition or whether it's the Deanston Heritage or Deanston 12 Sherry. So that DNA carries through every expression we do, and that for me links them together. And part of that DNA is this beautiful flavour that we create. It comes through in our new make spirit, and it's a sort of honey and butterscotch note that I like, so a lovely sweetness.
Honey and butterscotch.
Yes.
Okay, so every time I try Deanston, I will remember honey and butterscotch.
Yes, and I think for me that honey and butterscotch, on the nose you do get it, but part of it comes through on the palate. The way that it coats your palate and that beautiful mouthfeel is all part of that honey coming through.
So at your home, you like sweet?
Yes, yes.
Me too. Cheers.
Cheers, Slanjava.
Slanjava. 蜕变系列的5支酒，我原来以为它是个故事而已，像是先驱者、探索者、孕育者、凝聚者，跟最后的织梦者。跟Julian聊过之后，才发现它不只是故事，它讲的是酒厂的历史，它讲的是传承，它讲的是人与人之间的凝聚力，它讲的是文化跟文化之间的撞击。所以我觉得这就是威士忌最迷人的地方。Be a master blender, idea first or palate first?
Mixture of both, actually. Yeah, idea first, but then your palate. Because sometimes you have an idea and you think that will be perfect together, and then on the palate it's not quite what you expected. So there's a lot of experimentation in there, it's a lot of trial and error, but definitely start with an idea and then your palate will make it perfect.
Sometimes I would think the whiskey just like his blender.
Yes.
The same.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I do think probably subconsciously a lot of what I do comes from my personality,
yes,
so my flavour preferences, and yeah, me, like when you look at some of the expressions I do, it uses very different cask types, and I think that's because I'm a bit younger, I have fresh ideas, so what you'll see from Deanston is sort of fresh, different ideas.
So master blender is the artist.
Yes.
And whiskey is your work.
Yes, that's exactly it, yeah.
Thank you. You work for
so
Taiwan's
much.
market, do so many really good whiskeys. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Slanjava.